Hi everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. Today I wanted to talk about kind of a popular topic in the fitness industry when people are trying to lose weight and they're trying to change their habits and improve their nutrition. And it's something that I don't necessarily agree with and I don't recommend to my clients. And that is why I don't recommend cheat days. I know that a lot of trainers, when they're working with their clients, will allow their clients one day to eat whatever they want and to still enjoy the foods that they were enjoying before they made the decision to start losing weight, before they started training. And it's just not something that I like to do with my clients personally. In the beginning, because it was something that I guess was, I don't know, popular and a lot of trainers did. In the beginning, I did used to recommend cheat days for my clients. And then I started to realize it wasn't necessarily a good way to help them to reach their goals. And I'm going to talk about the two main reasons why I never recommend cheat days. The first one is that a lot of clients that I deal with come from a background of food addiction. And it's just something that they've always struggled with. And one reason why they struggle so much with making unhealthy choices or going to food for comfort is because when they were young, their parents used to reward them with food. Or sometimes they would give them food just to make them go away or just to shut them up. Or oftentimes, if I have clients that were born in a very abusive environment, food was something that they could go to find some type of comfort, to get some type of pleasure or satisfaction. And I want to help them to break that mindset of seeing food as a reward and to start using more healthy outlets to reward themselves, as opposed to having one day where they eat whatever they want. And it can also set somebody back, because if you're somebody that has a difficult time with self-control when it comes to eating unhealthy foods, which is the case for most people that come to me for training and most people that are trying to lose weight, one of the reasons that they're overweight is because their ability to resist that food is not very good. And so I want them to kind of get it out of their mind, that when I've done something good, when I've done something that when I've been successful at something, my reward is unhealthy food. And I prefer that my clients reward themselves with something that's going to benefit them even further. For example, maybe going out to get a great massage, maybe going out to do an activity that they've been wanting to do for a really long time and they've just never set aside the time for it. Like I had one client that wanted to go to there's this place in LA that you could go to where you could decorate your own pottery or what have you. And one thing that she did is that she set aside the time to take her daughters, to do this really fun activity. And that is something that I prefer my clients go to, is something that's going to benefit them. Or maybe, if they've been really good with their nutrition, if they've been really good and consistent with their workouts, maybe go out and buy some new clothes that make you feel really good about yourself. Or maybe go buy that purse that you've been wanting to get for a long time. So that way it's something that you can look at. It's something that you can use to remind you. Like, say you go out and you get this really nice purse you've been wanting, if you can afford it, of course, because you don't want to be contributing to another addiction if you have a shopping addiction. But say, you don't, and you go out and get this really beautiful purse you've been wanting for a long time. Now that's something that you can have, that you can look at and say, you know what, I got this because I made really good choices. and I'm doing very well in my progress towards getting healthier and getting stronger and improving, my wellness. And this is something, that I can carry around and be proud that, I got this because I was successful with these goals. So I much prefer for them to do something, again, that it's going to benefit them. And another thing too, whenever, calm down, sorry guys, of course my dogs are always out here. If I leave them in the house and I'm out here, they'll go nuts. But anyway, I prefer that they reward themselves with something, that they're not gonna overindulge in or feel guilty later, because oftentimes when clients do add a cheat day to their routine or what have you, they will overindulge. And later they will feel guilty because they know that they went overboard, because again, they have a very difficult time having self-control when it comes to those types of food. The second reason that I don't recommend cheat days is because I want my clients to develop a healthy relationship with food. And I want them to get to a point where they don't really desire those types of foods anymore. One thing I always say is that the key to losing weight or the key to maintaining a healthy weight and maintaining your health and eating whatever you want is to change your mindset to wanting the foods that are good for you, to craving foods that are going to nourish you and that are nutrient dense. That is the key to being able to eat whatever you want and still stay at a healthy weight. So that's something that I want my clients to, over time, get to a point where those types of foods aren't something that they even desire anymore. And if I'm putting one day a week into their schedule where they can indulge and, go crazy and have, any type of food they want, it's going to be very difficult for them to get to that point, because they still are going to those foods. So that's why when I'm working with a client with their nutrition, I personally prefer that they do small, moderate changes. It just tends to be the most effective way, and people tend to be the most successful with small, moderate changes. So that is the approach that I have with most of my clients. So say, for example, I'll use an extreme example. Say I have a client that every evening they go to McDonald's, or they go to a fast food place, or they go to a restaurant and get really unhealthy food, or they cook something very unhealthy every night. I will have them gradually start to change their diet, where 2 nights a week they choose a healthy option as opposed to the unhealthy options. And then as they start to get used to that starts to become more normal for them. I'll go to 3 times a week. Or if I have a client that really craves sweets, like sugar tends to be their downfall, and they eat 4 or 5 sugary snacks a day, I'll tell them, okay, let's remove one of those sugary snacks and replace it with one of your favorite fruits. So that way, you're eating something that's going to provide nutrients, that's going to give you some type of benefit. And it also helps to satisfy that little bit of a craving for something sweet, because fruits are sweeter. So that is typically my approach for most of my clients, because if they do have an addiction to food, or they just depend on food just to make them feel good and to give them some type of something to look forward to at the end of the day after a hard day of work. Oh, I'm going to go get myself, that burger I really love, what have you. It will help them, slowly to start get to a point where those types of foods are no longer a part of their life. There are people that can do the drastic changes. There are people that can completely start cutting those foods out of their life, and they'll be fine. They'll be successful. They'll be able to maintain a healthy diet for the rest of their life. But in my experience, most people don't do well with drastic changes because eventually the cravings for those foods become so intense that they end up binging. And then they end up feeling guilty. And a lot of times it will actually cause them to even slack on their workouts or what have you, because they're feeling that guilt from binging when they went to something that they know that they're trying to avoid. So that is always my approach and my recommendation to clients, because usually if you start with those moderate changes on like a progression, a slow progression, people in the long run will be a lot more successful in maintaining a healthy lifestyle, a healthy eating plan. Because, like, for example, one thing I am so grateful for, and I've said this many times before, is that my mom did not raise us on unhealthy foods. She cooked everything from scratch every night when she came home. After cleaning houses for 8 to 10 hours, she always made us a fresh meal from scratch that was healthy. She always forced us to eat our vegetables. Well, my sister actually kind of liked vegetables. I hate vegetables. So she had to force me to eat my vegetables. And it was something that that she really took very seriously, is feeding her kids a healthy, nutritious diet. So now that I'm an adult, I don't really crave those foods. And I'm so grateful for that. And so in general, when you can get people to slowly get off of those types of foods, they will do well in the long term. And it is possible to get to a point where you don't even crave those foods anymore. And that is my goal for all my clients. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't still occasionally indulge and enjoy good foods. It was a video because my dog started going nuts. She started chasing my cat and they started going crazy. But anyway, that is ultimately where I want to get my clients, to the point where they don't even want those foods anymore. And it's just an occasional something that they may indulge in if they feel, that they can handle having a burger. It's been a couple months since they've had a burger, and they in general, everything they eat is healthy now. They're very active every day. And so now they feel like, what, it's been a while since I've been able to have some In-N-Out. I'm going to, I'm going to enjoy some In-N-Out. I'm just going to get myself a double, and that will be it, for today. Or I'm going to, because one food that I absolutely love is pizza. Oh my God. I could eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, I have been known to eat a whole pizza by myself. So it is something that I occasionally enjoy, because the way that my daily eating is I don't restrict myself from foods that I like and foods that I enjoy. But in general, most of the foods that I enjoy are healthier foods, because it's something that that I grew up with, it's kind of, I'm trained to desire healthier food options. But it doesn't mean that I occasionally don't indulge. Absolutely. I love to go to In-N-Out and have a double. I love to go to the local pizzeria and have a pizza. Absolutely. It typically isn't something that I plan. It usually is something my husband and I might do on a whim. We might be out, we might be hungry, we don't want to cook when we go home. It's been a while since we've had, an In-N-Out burger, so we'll enjoy it, and I feel no guilt about it, because I know it's just not something that's part of my regular routine. I know it's been a while since I've had it, and I absolutely love to indulge and enjoy those types of food, just like everybody else does. So those are my reasons why I do not recommend cheat days. I personally don't have cheat days because I just really want all my clients to reprogram their mind to no longer see food as a reward and to develop a healthier relationship with food, where now the foods that they crave, the foods that they want, are now healthier foods because they have trained themselves to where that is now what they eat, and now that is now they actually enjoy it. Because there is a way that you can eat healthy and still enjoy your food. There is a way that you can make delicious low-fat cuts of meat. There is a way that you can make vegetables where they're very delicious, but they're but it's not loaded with butter or all kinds of salt or what have you. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. That is one thing I love about YouTube, is that it is such an amazing resource that if you want to look for quick, healthy meals, you can find it on YouTube. You can find meals, you can find videos that will show you how to cook healthy meals that will be easy, that will be quick, that won't be expensive, because it is not more expensive to eat healthier. It's just not. Maybe if you're buying everything organic, or that's the way you want to go, sure, it is going to be more expensive. But if you can't afford organic right now, that's fine. You don't have to get organic avocados. You don't have to get organic vegetables. But you're going to benefit from, having a fruit as opposed to having a candy bar. I mean, you're going to have a much greater benefit, even if the fruit isn't necessarily organic. And so I can see why people might say, oh, it's more expensive to eat healthy, when really it's not. As a matter of fact, if you're someone that buys food, that if you eat out a lot, or you're getting a lot of fast food, that it becomes more expensive than buying food and cooking it at home. And so when people say it's expensive to eat healthy, to me, it's just an excuse to have a reason why they can't have that discipline and make those decisions. So go on YouTube and, find videos of fast, healthy meals that you can cook for yourself and for your family. And again, if it needs to be a slow progression, then that's fine. I did actually a series of nutrition videos. I guess it's been a couple years now. I'll put a link in the description below. I did 3 different videos on steps that you can take to help you to change your nutrition and change the way you eat. And the first one I talk about is simply just becoming more conscious and becoming more aware of whether or not you're hungry when you're eating. Because oftentimes when we're addicted to food, or we go to food for comfort, we'll eat the food even if we're not hungry. And obviously, my goal, my job is to teach my clients to go to healthier outlets when they're stressed out, and when they need, something to help them wind down, or help them to, hey, calm down. Sorry, we got them some new toys, and they're going nuts over these toys. Calm down. And Joey, he wants to monopolize the toys, because he's the biggest dog, so he can kind of be a little bit of a bully, but, Sage will torment him relentlessly until he allows her to play with the toy or chew the bone or whatever. But anywho, so sorry about the background dogs running around. So those are my reasons. So what are your thoughts? Have you guys been successful with cheat days? Is this something that you incorporate into your weekly schedule? Have you had cheat days and then you overdid it, you overindulge, and you felt guilty later? Well, what are your thoughts on cheat days, and how do you think it is a benefit or it's not a benefit? But these are just my thoughts and my insight onto the concept of cheat days, and why I personally don't like them and I don't really recommend them. So, all right, guys. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to get valuable information to help you reach your health and fitness goals. Don't forget, I am doing a giveaway for reaching 1,000 subscribers. You could go to my Instagram and you'll see the post of the tubing set that I'm giving away. So please go to my Instagram. The link is in the description below, and comment on that post, and so you can enter to win the set of tubing. And all you have to do is leave an emoji. You don't have to, put anything elaborate or groundbreaking. Just it's just something simple, and I will randomly pick from those comments who is going to win the set of tubing. And so I'm really excited to be able to do that for you guys, and to be able to give back for everybody that's supported me. I'm just so encouraged. And I'm so touched by all the support and just the encouragement and the love that I've been shown from all my subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. So, and also check out my Teespring store. We have a lot of really neat and quirky little designs that my husband has created. He is an artist, and all the designs we have down there are his artwork. Personally, I don't feel great about having merchandise with just my name all over it, because I don't know. I mean, who wants to walk around with someone's name all over their clothes that most people don't even know? I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I do have actually a shirt down there that does have my logo. And it has on the back of the shirt, it has my little tagline that I say at the end of my videos: your health is your most valuable asset, invest in it. And it says that in the back, and it has my logo in the front. And I personally think it's pretty, but in general, I wanted my merchandise to be something that, that people would like, and that's going to be pretty or quirky, and there's some designs down there for men too. And so, but anyway, if you guys like to check that out, it's a great way to support the channel as well. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. As always, I really appreciate it. Remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.